Welcome to the Dietary Restriction Kitchen. Hi there, I'm Nat Ryan. Today in the kitchen I'll be making corn-free cornbread. You heard that right. A cornbread with no corn in it. Absolutely none. And also it's gluten-free and dairy-free. So I love cornbread, but I can't have corn. So this has been a real challenge for me. And so I decided to create my own. So here it is. Let's get to it and make some. So here's how we start. We're going to take some vegan margarine on a piece of paper towel or wax paper. And you're going to grease your pan, a square pan. I like to use a Pyrex pan, but whatever kind of square pan you have, give it a good greasing with that vegan margarine. I like to spread it pretty good. I like to have a good decent amount in there, but not so much that it's going to kind of melt and pool in the corners and stuff. So I'm pretty fussy about this part, but I like to do it before anything else. So now the pan is ready. You take a large bowl and we're going to put in our ingredients, starting with 3/4 cup of ground millet or quinoa, and then a cup of gluten-free 1-to-1 flour blend, a 1/4 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, let me get my salt here. Why is it that I always have difficulty getting the salt out? Holy moly, I think it's gone a bit clumpy there. Yep, there's a clump. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to mix all those dry ingredients together. Give it a thorough mix. You don't want any lumpy bumpies of anything. That's pretty easy to mix this stuff. None of it is, if you were putting brown sugar, you'd have to really make sure about clumps and stuff, but with the white sugar it's pretty easy. And so that is it for the dries, and set it aside. Now in another bowl, we're going to crack in an egg into a separate bowl, and we're going to take a whisk to beat the egg lightly. So let's do that. All right, so you don't have to you're not making a souffle here. Then we're going to take about a 1/2 cup of roasted sweet potato puree and put that in with the beaten egg. I make up mine ahead of time, so that's why I have it in those little containers. And then we're going to whisk that together. So you see why the whisk is kind of necessary, because that will really make it mix in together well. Okay, so get that mixed, and then you're going to add, whoopsies, going to add 3/4 cup of gluten-free oat milk. And you can make your own oat milk, by the way. There's another video on the Dietary Restriction Kitchen YouTube channel showing how to make your own, if you're interested in that. And so give that a good mix. And you can see that it's very orangey, golden orange. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of melted vegan margarine. So that goes in, another whisking. See how nice and orangey that is right now, real golden color. There we go. So next we're going to add all the wet ingredients in with the dry. So we're just going to pour that right in there. And just like any other muffin or, quick bread, you're going to mix it just until it's mixed. Okay, so you want it to be thoroughly mixed, but you don't want to over mix it. So this is something I always have to tell myself once I get to that point where you don't see any flour anymore. You don't see any like dry bits on the bottom. You want to get those off and off the sides. But once you've got all that dryness, those dry bits off of there, then you just tell yourself to stop mixing. And next off, that's what we're going to do is pour that mixture into the prepared square pan. So that's the way to go. Get as much of that in there as you can. You can take a spatula and get every last little bit out of there. I didn't for this video, but you can. And then take your spatula and spread it evenly in the pan. You're going to bake it at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes. So once your corn-free cornbread has cooled in the pan, you can cut it into squares. So here's a square of it now. You can also bake off the batter in a muffin tin. So that way it makes it very portable size, and you can take them with you very easily. And really, you can serve it with whatever spread you like. I like to use vegan margarine, and it's absolutely delicious. Incidentally, yes, I did have to change my shirt. This is what happens if I wear or don't wear my apron when I'm cooking. I end up slopping on myself, and then I have to change my shirt, and nobody wants to see me with stuff all over my shirt. But until next time, I'm Nat Ryan. If you like this video, then click the like button below. If you like to keep alive the vibe, then hit the subscribe. Thanks so much for watching Dietary Restriction Kitchen. Bye for now.